As soon as I take that club back, I penetrate that line in the correct backswing. As the hips turn, that point will move this side. Hey golfers, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to discuss swaying in the backswing. What is missing? Why is it happening? What impact does that have on your golf shot? And also a really simple drill that you can take straight to the range in order to fix it and have a little bit more understanding about why it's happening. Okay guys, so we're going to get stuck into that here in a second. If you haven't done so already, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from and if there's anything that you need help with in your golf game. Let's get started. So we all want to be able to get that nice feeling of compression into the golf ball, forward shaft lean, hitting down, all those things. We need weight shift for that in the downswing. Now here's the thing, if we sway off the golf ball, bearing in mind that by the time we get to impact, we want to be in this strong impact position with our weight shifted and our mass a little more in front of the golf ball. It's going to be very difficult if in the backswing we sway off here. The downswing is over like that, and we don't have time to get ourselves back here consistently enough. You will do it sometimes, not all the time, and particularly wedges or half shots or easy shots into the green, you'll really struggle to get back there because you don't have the momentum or the drive to get over on that left side. What is the impact of swaying and not getting back? I'm going to show you what impact that will have on your attack angle and dynamic loft. Attack angle is simply, are you hitting down on the ball? If we are, we'll see a minus on TrackMan, and the dynamic loft is the loft that you present to the golf ball at impact. We want to reduce that as best we can, okay? If I shift or sway off the ball way onto my right side, it's going to be very difficult for me to get back over and compress the golf ball. So as we do this, I will sway and try and get back that way. So you're going to see a very shallow attack, still slightly down, but not enough. And a lot of golfers will have that way more in the positive, which is an upward hit. Great for driver, which is why with the driver, we want to stay a little bit more behind it. That's for another video. Low point, only 0.6 inches after the golf ball. Not enough. Because I swayed, I couldn't get back. All right. So let's look at the sway. Why does it happen? What is it? If I set up to here, to this ball, you'll see that I have sort of a line. If you imagine a line on my right hip, okay? As soon as I take that club back, I penetrate that line. And this might happen to where someone does it a little later, but ultimately at the time you get to the top of the backswing, you're going to be very much right hip, way behind the ball, lead shoulder, way behind the ball, okay? Very difficult to get back and improve the compression or those numbers. So what happens with that? If my hips are swaying or sliding, I can't turn them as well, all right? So if I'm going to show you a drill in a second. If I am here and I just turn my hips, you'll see that that line, my hip would move off it, and that would kind of be the backswing position. I haven't let myself shift over here. As I said, if these shift, you can't turn, all right? So how do we fix it? Two things. One, in the takeaway, I want you to feel more the right hip going back rather than across. There's really no element of that in the backswing. We're going to see the tour players, and excuse me, I'm going to turn around and you're going to have to look at my backside for a second, right? From here, a point in the middle of my hip there, sort of lower back, in the correct backswing. As the hips turn, that point will move this side of that alignment stick. What do most golfers do? Move that point here, makes it really difficult to turn. We want that as we turn to have that this side of the stick, okay? Now, all aside, really simple drill. You know me, like to explain things first before I give you the drill, because I think it's really important you understand what happens in the golf swing, why certain things happen, okay? Normal setup, take a golf ball, or something that works really well here is a wedge, or not a pitching wedge or anything, but a wedge like you would use just like a door stopper, like a wooden one or something works quite well too, just underneath the outside of the right foot. Okay, don't be hitting full shots with this. This is just to give you a feeling. Obviously, as that's banking in, there was a story with Ben Hogan who actually built up the insole of his shoe, the outside of his right shoe, to angle this way so that he wouldn't roll over onto that, obviously keeping him very centered in the backswing. So we're doing something similar here. Ball on the outside of our right foot. Now as we make the backswing, this is going to inhibit the amount we can go this way. And when you do this, I want you to feel the right knee in a little and let that right hip turn back out of the way. And that's really going to help us get that hip, sorry for showing you the back again, here, help us get that feeling of that point of my hip moving that side of the stick. Okay, so once you feel that, obviously first in a practice drill, no shot, we're going to then step it up, hit a couple of shots with actually the ball. If you're anything like me and you like to wear a good quality leather glove when you're playing golf, but don't fancy the high price tag, well, go and check out my channel sponsors page, gxgolfgloves.com. Really good quality glove at a fraction of the cost. Use code David at checkout and you'll save yourself a nice little bit of cash as well. Or the wedge underneath the right foot. So we're here, we're banking that in just on the outside. Nice and easy. Not letting myself move. I'm not going to be able to because I'm going to feel like I'm on the outside of that ball. I'm going to keep it in. Feel the inside of the instep sort of digging in to the ground in my backswing. Knees kicked in. Some hip turn. There, yeah, much more centered over that golf ball. Here. And if that picked it up, we should definitely see, yeah, much steeper attack. A little too much actually, but 7 degrees down. Dynamic loft 19, like I took a lot off that. Bear in mind it's probably 40 degrees. I've taken 20 off that into impact. All right, guys, hip sway, it's a classic example of the backswing ruining the downswing. I mean, golf's very much, yes, we look sometimes at downswing and see issues, but you look back on the chain, I guess that's my job, you look back on the chain and see, well, is there something earlier on in the golf swing that's creating that? So we might see these numbers wrong, but realize that it's nothing to do with your downswing at all. It's that the backswing didn't prep you to be able to achieve these numbers because it was sway, off, can't get back. Okay, so give that drill a try. Let me know how you get on in the comments. If you have any questions, please drop them in. If you would like to work with me one-to-one, no matter where you are in the world, I teach online on an app called Skillest. I'll put the link in the description. You can check it out. And if you have any questions about it, just let me know. All right. Before we go, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.